Hello, hello, and welcome. I can't say welcome. Sorry. So today I have a cold, but sorry. I really wanted to make like a long overdue review of um Kesha's praying. Sorry, because it's just been a really long time since it came out, and I've been, really wanting to make a review for a long time, so I'm finally just gonna do it. Sorry for the, the gross, sick noises. But anyway, I have been a huge fan of Kesha. Just as a prelude, I want to tell you about what a big fan I was of Kesha just as a teenager and ever since TikTok because um, I read this online somewhere or not. I don't know how true it is, but someone else, like in the comments uh, of YouTube, said that people listen to Kesha's music to deal with depression, and I don't know if that's true for other people, but it was for me. It really helped with my depression, and it helped make me feel happier to listen to her music because her songs are so upbeat and you know just really fun. And a lot of them even have uh, like uh, um, meaningful lyrics. And there's this one called "Blind," uh, a song called "Blind" that has this one line. And I remember this is a song that I listened to in college, and I'll never forget that one line. It was "I'm sick and tired of the mess you've made me," and it's just like a tiny little line, but it was so true. At the moment that I heard it, I realized that I really was sick and tired of the mess that I was because of someone else, and I was done being such a mess because I was sick and tired of it. And that line kind of like brought that realization to me. It was actually a pretty big moment. So if someone were to ask me like what's my favorite artist or celebrity, it would probably be Kesha. I've listened to all her songs and all her unreleased, leaked YouTube songs, and let me tell you, the vast majority of them are magnificent. Um, yeah, they're fun, and her voice is good. Anyone who thinks that her only good vocals are in "Praying" or in the new album should go and listen to all her previous songs because a lot of them are auto tuned, but a lot of them do showcase her voice too, and they're really good. And I even watched like the MTV reality show about Kesha, My Crazy Beautiful Life, and it was fun. And yeah, Kesha has always seemed like a really cool person to me. Um, so I was sad when she stopped making music, and I don't really want to talk about that too much because I don't really know what to say about like her whole situation with her producer. I feel like that's like a really sensitive thing that I just don't know what to say about, and because my heart really goes out to Kesha there. But when she sprang the video on us, the video of praying, I was overwhelmed. It came out of nowhere and totally blew my mind. I honestly didn't know she'd ever be releasing music again, considering everything. Well, actually, I thought she would release music again, but maybe not until she was like, I don't know, 60 years old and her producer was dead. And I was willing to wait that long. I was willing to be patient. But then, out of nowhere, this video came out, and I just saw it there on my YouTube homepage, and I just freaked out. YouTube is the only social media site that I keep up on, so I think people maybe did know that she was going to come out um, with a new music video, but I don't keep up on the Twitters nearly as much as I should. Anyway, It was such a beautiful video. It was colorful, and I love the symbols and the God is love monument, uh, because that verse from the Bible is one of the most important verses in my opinion. Because I think that God is love, obviously, and love is God, and also God is good, which is another verse from the Bible. And good is God. That's my philosophy on it. God is good, and good is God. Um, I also wonder if Kesha is vegan. The pig heads kind of seemed like they might have something to do with veganism. Um, well, until the video went on and it became more apparent what they really were. But I mean, just on a side note, does anyone know if Kesha is vegan? She's done a lot of things that strongly hint at it, but she's never just come out and said she's vegan, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if she is vegan, I wish she would just come out and say it. I'd love her so much more for it. I know, though, that it might be scary to come out as vegan when you're trying to sell records, since so many people are turned off by veganism. It's something I worry about, too, with my own book, which has vegan characters in it. And I worry if no one will ever get past that. Anyway, sorry. So, speaking of the Bible, the scene at the end where Kesha is walking on water, everyone says Jesus when that happens, but people seem to forget that Peter also walked on water. It was Peter, right? I think so. I think it was Peter. He walked on water when he saw Jesus coming on the water, and he decided to go out to Jesus. And as soon as Peter started to have doubts about his ability to walk on the stormy water, as soon as he started to lose faith, he started to sink. This is a story from the Bible. So Kesha's not being Jesus, she's just having faith. That's what that means to me when she's walking on the water. Anyway, the video is beautiful, and I love the colorful bird, which is the sign that God gave her, and the whale. At first, I didn't realize it was a whale. I thought it was just a mysterious sea monster. When you think about it, that's what whales are. And I associate sea monsters with spiritual awakenings. Ever since I read The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, um, that poem slash book slash story with all the beautiful illustrations, that's a fantastic book, and I should do a video on that sometime. But the point is, it featured a sailor who learned to love God's creatures when he saw how beautiful sea monsters were. And it features sea monsters, and I've always loved sea monsters and monsters in general, but after that book, I associate them with spirituality. So the whale was perfect for Kesha's video. The part that really impacted me, like it impacted a lot of people, is the high note. Kesha's high note. But at first, it didn't impact me that it was so high. It was the emotion of that note. It comes just after she sings about how some say in life you're going to get what you give, but some things only God can forgive. And some people seem to think that she's talking about Dr. Luke, saying that Dr. Luke is going to get what he gave. And maybe a little bit she is, but I'm pretty sure the main meaning of that line is that you get forgiveness if you give forgiveness. So Kesha is talking about herself and how she can't forgive Dr. Luke. Some things only God can forgive. And the high note just perfectly captures the pain of that thought. I don't know if anyone else besides me and Kesha. I'm just kidding. I'm sure a lot of people have experienced that. It's just that reaction to that truth, the truth that there even exists some things that are so horrible that only God can forgive them. And even more so, that high note captures the feeling of helplessness when you know that you're not perfect either and you need forgiveness too, but you can't give it, so how can you expect it? You need it, but you can't expect it. You need forgiveness, but you can't expect it. It's just this horrible feeling of like helplessness, and you can only have faith that God will forgive you anyways, because God, I'm sure, understands that there really are some things only He can forgive, even though He asks us all to practice forgiveness. I really do think that there are some things only God can forgive, and I really just relate to that feeling of helplessness, and that the the high note, the emotion in that. And you know what else? Just shortly before Kesha sprang the video on us, I had been thinking about this. It's really weird. I was thinking about how you want to take revenge on the people who hurt you in order to make them hurt too, in order to show them how you felt, in order to make them feel for you. But the fact of the matter is, they will never feel for you because they're just bad people. So there's no point in taking revenge. They're never going to feel bad for what they did. They're never going to be sorry. The only way they'll ever be sorry is if they change, if they fundamentally change, if their soul changes and they somehow become a good person, and then you don't even have to take revenge. They'll be sorry for what they did no matter what. And that would be more than enough payback, and that would be the only way to really get closure to yourself. So it's what's best for everyone. Um, so it's interesting that I was thinking about that just the day before the video came out, and I think it's just um, Melinda Kathleen Reese. She does YouTube covers of songs, and she does like Google Translate sings. She said that the song is really timely when she did a cover of Praying, and I agree. I think it is just really timely. I think maybe a lot of people are just kind of in that headspace of thinking about forgiveness and thinking about, you know, people who have hurt them, and I think that's just kind of, I think a lot of hurt's been coming to, I mean, a lot of people have been seeing the hurt and experiencing the hurt that um, other people inflict on other creatures. Um, Now I just want to end this by, I know it's kind of, I don't want to end this on a down note, but I do have to just kind of, I wonder why this song, the video didn't gain as much traction as it deserved. And I think the reason is partially maybe that she released too many videos too quickly, because it was just like overwhelming. Like the first video was overwhelming, and then just more and more videos came out, and like for her fans, I feel like that's just, for me, it was really overwhelming. And I don't feel like any of the videos had enough time to breathe, and for people to like be like, okay, you know, I found my footing again after that because it was overwhelming, and now I'm ready and looking forward to the next song. Like I've processed all my feelings regarding the first song, and now I am ready for the next song. I don't think that's how it felt for a lot of fans. I think that they never got over like the mind blowing of the first video before the next video came out, and then the next one, and the next one. It just all came out really fast, and I understand why she did that because she's been wanting to release new music for a long time, and so of course she'd want to just get it all out, as fast as she can. But I do think it kind of it made it hard for the fans to like even keep up. And I think maybe another reason it didn't gain as much traction as it deserved is that it's a really heavy song. It's uplifting, but it's also really heavy. So it's not something you listen to with your friends or like other people for fun. Like you might listen to it with your friends, but then you would, have like deep conversations afterward. And I don't know how many people really want to do that. Most people listen to songs with their friends for fun, and it's not one of those songs that you can listen to for fun. So I think that was just like another reason it didn't gain as much traction as it should have. And the whole album really deserved a lot more, um, you know, fame and acclaim than it got. And so it's really sad. But I think, well, I mean, partially I think that's because her whole album was a lot different from her old album. So maybe people didn't want that. Maybe they wanted more party songs, and she doesn't have like a ton of those on the new album. Um, she has a lot of fun songs on there, but no real like party songs. I don't feel like, not like she used to have. Um, um, so yeah, I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below about why you think maybe the song and the whole album didn't get as much traction as it should have. Because it's really sad. And I hope that people will just like continue to discover the album and the song, and it has longevity, even though it kind of didn't blow up right away. Um, yeah. So those are my thoughts on Kesha's Praying. Thanks for watching. Bye.